Welcome everyone to the second Foresight 50 pitch showcase. Today we're featuring 12 of the 2022 Foresight 50 honorees, of which 5 are also part of the carbonNEXT partnership. My name is Leslie McKinnon. I'm the Director of Investor and Indigenous Relations here at Foresight Canada. I'm so glad to see you all here today to meet these amazing companies. It is with gratitude and respect that I acknowledge the lands on which Foresight operates are the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. For myself, I respectfully acknowledge that I make my life and livelihood on traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, Kainai, and Piikani First Nations, the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda Nations, and the Métis Nation of Region 3, and all Indigenous people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of Southern Alberta, colonially known as Calgary. I thank the stewards past, present, and future of this land, who are our models on the path towards living a sustainable life on this planet. I also want to take a moment to thank the National Research Council's Industrial Research and Assistance Program, NRC IRAP, for providing funding support, part of which makes this initiative Foresight 50 possible. I will get to the company presentations quickly, but I do want to say a few quick words about Foresight as well. We are Canada's clean tech accelerator, and our goal is to make Canada the first G7 country to reach net zero. We work tirelessly to position Canada as a global leader in clean technology, bringing together clean tech innovators, industry partners, investors, government, and academia to address today's most urgent climate issues and support a global transition to a green economy. We support and accelerate clean tech through many activities, including accelerator programs that serve clean tech ventures, innovation challenges that connect ventures with solution seekers, capital attraction activities through programs and matchmaking such as our event here today, export development support, and above all, ecosystem building that brings together all of the partners, collaborators, and rights holders to create networks of collaboration supporting net zero goals. Today's event is also presented in partnership with carbonNEXT. carbonNEXT is Canada's carbon tech commercialization hub, established by Foresight and Carbon Management Canada to drive development and scaling of Canadian carbon capture, utilization, and storage, or CCUS ventures. Building on Canada's early leadership in CCUS technology development and project deployment, carbonNEXT brings partners together to energize innovation, accelerate commercialization, and fast-track adoption of carbon-tech solutions. Here is the agenda in Pacific time for today's event. We'll be hearing from 12 companies, as I mentioned, 4 in each pitch block across 3 pitch blocks. So after each pitch block of 4 companies, each company will have their own breakout room where they will be hosting 15 minutes. You will, as investors, have the opportunity to self-select which breakout rooms you want to join. They will provide potentially some detailed presentations there to answer your questions and connect and go into some more detail where warranted. So you can join any of the breakout rooms of your choosing. You can also move between rooms during the session. And as I mentioned, you'll have 15 minutes per breakout room. I've got my colleague Astrid here, who is available via chat if you need help getting into the breakout rooms. And with that, we will get started. So our first pitching company today is Carbon Upcycling Technologies. This is a carbonNEXT company, and I will hand it over to Madison.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us here. At a high level, Carbon Upcycling's goal is to become the most impactful carbon tech company of this decade. This is obviously within the context that this is the most critical decade to be acting on climate change mitigation. And to do that, we're ushering in a new frontier of circular materials, primarily for the concrete and cement sector, but we have other sectors that we're also able to play in as well. This is a little spotlight of how our technology is a plug and play for the cement industry. We have our carbon capture and utilization units that plug directly onto the cement kiln and take the flue gas from that facility and sequester and store it into inorganic solid powders, whether that's industrial byproduct or natural minerals. This allows us to localize the supply chain of the cement sector while also creating low carbon, high performance materials that increase the strength of concrete overall and can be used both in the ready mix and the precast sector.
Thank you so much, Madison. So you can hear more from Madison in her breakout room. Next up from Galatea Tech, we have Chad Hayden. Chad, over to you.
Thanks for having me, everybody. Instead of telling you what Galatea does, you can read it on the slide in front of you. I'm going to tell you about how I fell in love with the problem. Today on the call, you are talking to the world's best hot dog salesman. I used to work for a company called NULIFE, which was one of the largest environmental companies in Western Canada. And I had to stand in front of the board of directors and explain to them how I used hot dogs to increase revenue in one quarter by 30% when all of the other units of the business revenue went down. I made this realization by being a salesperson. My job is to go out and try to explain to clients the value and the cost and all of these incredible savings. I would go to head office of these big heavy industry companies and explain to them how we're going to save them money and provide better service quality. I'd wait around for a month and never get any revenue. Go back to the head office and say, what happened? And they say, well, Chad, we don't make decisions. We just give your pricing to the person in the field. Great, get in a truck, head out to the field, talk to the people out there and say, hey guys, look at this big spreadsheet I made. I'm going to save you all this money. This is going to be fantastic. And they said, Chad, we're so busy out here. I don't have time to call these facilities, make these decisions. I let the transporter make the decision. All right, hop in my truck, go to the trucking company, say, hey, I'm Chad here with NULIFE, big waste disposal company. We're really here to help save our mutual clients some money. And they said, Chad, we work 16-hour days. I don't know what the pricing is, nor do I care. I'm really hungry, and your competitor's got a hot dog machine. I went, wow, looking at hazardous waste, looking at transportation, looking at all of these crazy workflows that big industries spend billions of dollars a year on. Nobody makes decisions based on cost, based on environmental impact, based on any of these ESG metrics. We started Galatea as a way to really take that decision-making, digitalize, optimize, and automate these processes. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Chad. So you can learn more about what Galatea is up to in their breakout room. Next, I am handing it over to Beatrice of CO2 Energy.
Thank you. So at CO2 Energy, we convert greenhouse gas emissions into high-value fuels and chemicals in a net negative carbon process. So there is a global demand in the products that we make, and these are hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and syngas, and oxygen is a byproduct always. These are conventional chemicals that are typically made with fossil sources. So our value proposition is to be on site at an industrial location, take the emissions before they're released to the atmosphere, convert them into our devices, and produce these high-value fuels and chemicals. These are then recirculated into the industrial processes, closing the carbon loop. So really what we're making is providing the industry with cleaner feedstocks. This is based on high temperature electrolyzers, and you can see the images on the right, but I will not go into the tech right now. I will only say that we are targeting commercial units by 2025. We are now in field demonstration phase with some of our partners, such as ATCO here in Canada, Repsol in Spain, and ArcelorMittal, the big metal processing giant. Some of them are also investors. They're in our cap table, such as ATCO and Repsol Ventures. And right now, we're in the middle of a seed round. We have a lead investor, and some of these past investors are following in this round. So I'm happy to discuss details about the company, the tech, or the round in the breakout rooms. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And our last presenter for this block from Axine Water Technologies, we've got Mark Ralph. Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Leslie. So Axine Water Technologies has developed a proprietary technology and know-how for the treatment of micropollutants and emerging contaminants. Utilizing electrochemical oxidation, we provide an on-site solution that completely mineralizes such molecules, thus removing the need for shipping wastewater to off-site facilities for disposal or incineration. In doing so, we are actually decreasing greenhouse gas emissions and ensuring that these contaminants are not reintroduced into the environment. Our current customers are pharmaceutical manufacturers concerned about the health risks associated with unintended human and animal consumption of drugs. Axine's technology significantly reduces such risks and contributes to the environmental, social, and governance goals of our customers. Having demonstrated commercial viability in the pharmaceutical wastewater sector, Axine's technology is now poised to tackle the significant issue of per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, remediation. So PFAS molecules are present in many of the products that we use on a regular basis. After decades of use, these substances have now reached dangerous concentrations in the food and water we consume. Global governments, wary of associated health risks, are now enacting regulation to establish new limits on manufacturers. Axine has proven our ability to treat PFAS contaminated water, and we are now engaged in commercial stage discussions. I look forward to telling you more about the company, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Mark. All right, so now we're moving into the first round of breakout rooms. Astrid will get those opened up for us all, and you'll be able to join a breakout room directly. So each of those 4 rooms is associated with one of the companies you just saw pitching. Feel free to move yourself over there now, or send a note in the chat if you're having trouble getting over to a breakout room. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you had some amazing conversations in those breakout rooms. Thanks to the first 4 pitching companies. We're going to dive right into block 2. First up, we have Katrina with Cvictus. Over to you, Katrina.
Great. Hi. So we at Civictus intend to address some of the largest global climate challenges to make the energy transition truly sustainable. I think everyone here recognizes the need to decarbonize difficult industries, but we need a ready, scalable, and flexible solution that targets different geographies without a green premium. In addition, we need a low-cost method for CCS and to stop agricultural deforestation. I know it's a lot, but it's how Civictus intends to meet our lofty vision to become the most positively impactful and profitable company on the planet. Our patented technology, enhanced hydrogen recovery, produces hydrogen from deep coal that is cleaner than green and cheaper than gray. This creates the space to sequester any CO2 associated with the process and even third-party CO2. We can also mix and match the surface kit to produce low-carbon methanol and ammonia, and ultimately non-photosynthetic single-cell protein for animal feed. All of these products have margins near or exceeding 80%, even with relatively conservative price assumptions, providing a hard tech solution with software-like profit margins. Civictus is developing our first project here in Alberta, a 7-ton per day clean hydrogen facility, and we're working towards production in early 2024. We're raising 30 million towards this and are actively looking for investors. So I hope to chat with some of you later. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Katrina. Great job. Next up with NULIFE GreenTech, we have Jerry Christian, aka the good old Saskatchewan boy. Over to you, Jerry.
Why, thank you for that. NULIFE's patented wet waste treatment reduces disposal costs, removes PFAS, and produces low carbon fuels. So according to the US EPA, over 290 million tons of wet waste is generated every year. And current disposal methods are escalating in cost. Schenectady, New York just increased by 60%, and recent bans on landfilling and land spreading are in place in California, Vancouver, Maine, and they're expanding. PFAS, meanwhile, is an exploding crisis in the US and Europe, and it's gaining traction in Canada. So our team has designed modular and scalable technology that supports expansion. Our business model has 4 revenue streams. We get part of the tipping fee that they're already paying, and we sell the biocrude, the biochar, and the carbon removal credits. This generates a 69% gross margin for NULIFE, and that allows us to fund the facility and not require any investment from the waste generator. This removes a massive hurdle for adoption and expansion. Both my co-founder Brock and I have started, scaled, and exited 3 companies each prior to NULIFE, and we've invested over $500,000 of hard cash ourselves, plus years of full-time work. And we've assembled a rockstar team to deliver. We have 3,500 hours on our large pilot, and we've just closed our $1.8 million raise for advanced pilot plant that will showcase our tech at a 4-time scale up and provides a platform to achieve our customer contract and revenue milestones this year. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. You can join Jerry, of course, in the breakout rooms. Up next from CarbonGraph, we have Sam Anderson. Sam, over to you.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. My name is Sam Anderson. I'm the CEO of CarbonGraph. And what we are at CarbonGraph is we're a B2B software company, and we measure the carbon footprint of individual products from their supply chains and raw materials all the way to end customers, or a process that some of you may know as life cycle assessment. The reason we do this is over 50% of the Fortune 500 have already committed to being carbon neutral in their supply chains by 2050. And many other companies around the world are beginning to do the same. But it's still incredibly difficult to actually analyze the life cycle carbon footprint of something, especially when you go back multiple layers into the supply chain. To give you an example, one of the customers that we're developing a commercial pilot with now is one of the largest food producers in North America. And they have 1,000 products that they've committed to measure the carbon footprint of. Last year, they spent about $100,000 and were able to measure 2 products' carbon footprints. And this year, before we engage with them, their goal was to measure 3 more. But CarbonGraph is actually able to measure footprints in a matter of hours rather than months. And that's because we've developed a new platform that links suppliers more efficiently, that processes new types of data, and that overall has a user interface that people who don't have a sustainability background can actually figure out and engage with. We're currently raising a pre-seed round, which is 71% subscribed, and we're looking for some additional investors to come in and close out the round. So if you're interested, more than happy to tell you more about our round and our technology as well. Thank you.
Thank you much, Sam. And next up and last for this block from Permalution, we have Tatiana Estevez Carlucci. Over to you, Tatiana.
Hi, everyone. So did you know that according to the UN, by 2030, 2/3 of the world will not have enough water to cover their needs? There are 14 countries already under extreme drought category, and in the US alone, drought has cost over $250 billion. My name is Tatiana Estevez. I am the founder CEO of Permalution, a startup working on fog and cloud water collection technology and innovation. So as rain is considered vertical precipitation, fog or clouds are considered horizontal precipitation, and we can collect up to 3 times more water than with rain. We are on a mission to introduce a new water source with our world-class technology, the Fog Atlas, the Water Radar, and the fog collectors. We are more affordable than desalination plants, we're more efficient than rain, and safer than groundwater extraction. We have deployed projects in agriculture, conservation, climate change observation, and mining. And this year, we will deploy new applications for industrial steam and vapor recycling. And in the near future, we will become a water utility service provider, adopting a recurring revenue model. If fog and cloud water can be accessed globally, then we can count on a new substantial solution for the world's current water access, drought, and climate adaptation challenges. We recently launched our seed fundraising round, and we're looking for a $3 million investment. Join Permalution's break room or send me an email if you would like to learn more, or you can scan the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. Okay, that concludes round 2. You should shortly be able to access the breakout sessions for our 4 pitching companies: Civictus with Katrina Stewart, NULIFE GreenTech with Jerry Christian, CarbonGraph with Sam Anderson, and Permalution with Tatiana Estevez. We will see you back here in 15 minutes. Okay, all right. Thanks so much, everybody. We are in our 3rd and final round of pitches here. First up from Opticize Solutions, we have Andrea Crook. Andrea, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Crook, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Opticize, a company specializing in high-resolution, cost-effective, net zero subsurface imaging. We provide clients with accurate subsurface imaging solutions for effectively developing and monitoring projects. This includes everything from critical minerals and oil and gas exploration to wind farm locating, geothermal well placement, and carbon capture and storage. Our latest development is EcoSize, a patent-pending technology that enables us to accurately measure and monitor the subsurface with a 50% lower environmental footprint and fewer greenhouse gas emissions as compared to conventional programs. We are in revenue and have worked on over 300 projects for more than 50 clients worldwide. We are growing steadily, but with your help, we're ready to scale rapidly. Thank you.
sorry, my box moved there. Thank you so much, Andrea. Next up from Digital Water Solutions, we have Tim Southerns. Tim, over to you.
Thanks, Leslie. Good afternoon and good morning. Tim Southerns, CEO of Digital Water Solutions. We provide leak detection, localization, pressure management, and transient detection for water utilities. As you can see from the slide behind us, these are not the pictures you want if you run a water utility in North America. Today, 14 to 18% of all water that we treat and pump is lost due to leaks in North America, and we are working to reduce that dramatically. This is a $4 billion cost to consumers that they have to pay back to the water utilities in their water rates. That's just for the electricity in the US alone for their lost water. We currently have over 28 water utilities and municipalities across North America and in Iceland that are currently deployed and using our technology to help them reduce water loss within their networks. We're in the midst of a seed round right now, having raised 25% of that, and are looking to scale rapidly as we explore greater opportunities in the United States. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Tim. We're going to get to our breakout rooms early for this group. Thank you folks so much. Next up from Lucent Biosciences, we have Peter Gross. Peter, over to you.
Yeah, hi there. I'm Peter Gross. I'm CTO and co-founder of Lucent Biosciences in Vancouver, and we've reinvented agricultural fertilizers. So we've all heard that agricultural fertilizers are a major source of pollution. The main problem is that they're water soluble. So most of the nutrients dissolve and leach into groundwater. What we've invented is completely different. We've invented water insoluble fertilizer that's environmentally sustainable, provides higher yields to growers, and more importantly, we figured out how to manufacture them at low cost. Right now, we have 3 products that have gone through R&D and are commercialized. So they're being distributed and sold to growers right now. And we'll have 12 products commercialized by the end of 2025. The big advantage with our products is the growers get a higher yield. Our fertilizers improve soil health instead of damaging them. And our products sequester 6 to 8 times their own weight in CO2. So in essence, growers who use it get more money and they improve their soil health at the same time using environmental sustainable manufacturing. And right now we are constructing our manufacturing plant in Saskatchewan, which will have a capacity of 25 tons a day and annual revenues of 12 million a year.
Thanks so much, Peter. Sounds great. Over to Biographing Solutions and Liam Farrell.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liam Farrell. I'm the president and COO of an innovative Canadian clean tech company called Biographing Solutions. As the name suggests, we are a manufacturer of high-quality graphene. For those who don't know what graphene is, highly suggest coming to the breakout room to learn more about really fascinating material. We make this material from 100% organic source materials. We're non-graphitic via a patented proprietary process that's unique to us. As a performance additive, we create what's called graphene-enhanced products that eliminate the need for environmentally taxing products or materials, sorry. Our current primary focus is on the concrete industry by making concrete greener, by significantly removing the cement needed without sacrificing the overall strength. We've been able to develop a one-of-a-kind graphene-enhanced liquid admixture, a product that's specific to us that can significantly improve concrete strength. We have more data than probably anyone else as it relates to graphene or nanotechnology in concrete, definitely in North America. Our program is being led by the previous supervisor of quality control from Lafarge Holcim Canada. Everything that we do is third-party verified by certified concrete labs. In a cubic meter of concrete, we're able to remove 15% of the cement. We're able to increase strength by more than 25%, and we're actually able to reduce the CO2 footprint by more than 30%, which is about 5 times more than the next leading carbon removal technology in the ready mix side. We're currently in active product development with all the notable concrete admixture companies in North America. We're not a one-trick pony. Graphene is an extremely versatile material. We're also in product development initiatives with other notable companies and other industries and applications. And currently we are in a financing looking to raise up to $5 million to help support our technology scale out moving forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Liam. And with that, we will now move back into breakout rooms. So those should be opening up for you shortly. Feel free to move over to the room that is most interesting to you to start with Opticize with Andrea Crook, Digital Water Solutions with Tim Southerns, Lucent Biosciences with Peter Gross, and Biographing Solutions with Liam Farrell. And you have 15 minutes. We will see you when you're done. Hope you all had some wonderful conversations in that last breakout room. Just wait for everybody to join back into the main room here. This does conclude today's event, so thank you so much for joining us. Up on the screen here, I've got a QR code to register for the next Foresight 50 2022 pitch event, which will be in September. I also am excited to announce today that our timeline for the Foresight 50 2023 cohort has been loosely released. So I can share today that we will be opening the application process for ventures in mid-June. So if you are a venture from this year's cohort, please keep that timeline in mind. And if you are an investor on this call today, we invite you to send over referrals for companies that may not be in the Foresight network that should be considered as part of the adjudication process this year. So if you have not been connected to the Foresight 50 initiative, if this is your first exposure, please do feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to connect and share more about this program and would love to stay in touch, and we'll hope to see you at the next one. With that, I will hand it back over to you all. Oh, actually, sorry, it looks like we maybe have some more folks joining from the other rooms. Astrid, did the breakout rooms end already?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then with that, I will say thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for your participation. I hope you connected with some good companies or some good investors if you were a pitching company, and we'll hope to see you at the next event. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Take care.